And we are back from the break. Leva had stopped by Mayo Baba's place of business and purchased some objects. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so, Leva, you can
Yes.
tell that these items are not magical, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they don't do anything, just so you know.
Yes. Okay. And if nothing else, she doesn't think they'll hurt anyone.
Yeah. All right, so you head back to. Did you want to head back to the inn, or was there something else that you wanted to do?
No, she's going back to the inn.
Okay. All right. Solas, uh,
Mm-hmm.
did you have anything else that you wanted to do before, or were you just waiting for like nighttime to come around to head over to?
He would go and spread some stories about the company
Right, right.
before it's late enough.
Okay. Give me 2 proficiency checks, please.
Okay.
Okay, so that is 2 successes. Um, you will make 12 gold pieces.
And as previously, Solas donates those to the Church of Celtic Pantheon.
Okay. All right. So, you will then meet up with Finn, and I think you would have told him that the night before that you were planning to do this, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I also need Leva to cast the invisibility spell on me.
Right. So you'll get back to the inn at some point to have that cast. Finn, well, Finn and Solas, what would you have like decided on how you would do this? Like Finn, is there, or let me put it this way, Finn, is there some way that you would want Solas to give you a signal? Because you're not sure how long things are taking and stuff like that.
Yeah, we'd have to make sure it's something not too obvious, though.
Yeah. I mean, it could be something like, it could be as simple as you're there in an animal form, and then as soon as you see Solas walk through the street, then you go to a nearby alley that you've pre-agreed upon to meet up, if that's something that you'd want to do.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
Okay, is that good with you, Solas?
Well, except that I need the invisibility from Leva.
That's a good point. Yeah, you'd be invisible.
Well, if I know what Finn is going as, I can basically, if I see the animal in question on a rooftop, I could go and tap the roof next to the animal.
Getting some audio from you, James.
And it's out November 8th. Looks, yeah. Yeah?
I was getting some audio from you.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Something's happening on the 8th of November.
I fixed it.
All right. Okay. Well, I guess the other question is like, is there anything that?
And I'm mostly doing this on his home tonight.
Right. The problem is that Finn was thinking about casting some spells, which would require a change. Finn, would you have a second animal form in mind that you'd want to?
Yeah, I can always switch to a cat or something along those lines.
Okay, and you'd like inform Solas of exactly what the like the cat's markings would be.
Yeah.
Okay. And you'd already have your fly spell up at that point. Is that correct, Solas?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Since my fly lasts quite a long time.
Okay. All right. So, Finn, let's go ahead and cover what you do. So, you would turn into what initially?
So I was starting as a songbird, like maybe a wren.
Okay. All right. So you fly over to the to his apartments and watch the door. And you want to follow him through the day.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And if I can get an opportunity to change form somewhere out of sight, I would like to detect charm and then change into the cat form and go observe him.
Okay. Your initial, depending on what he does, a good time might be when he stops by someplace to get some lunch, because that's a fairly likely place that he would be stopping for a short period of time. That would give you time to, cast your spells.
Yep.
Okay. So you fly over and wait for a while. About a half an hour after dawn, he does leave the building, and you follow him. He first stops and gets some food from a little stall in the Great Market, and then he eats that pretty quick, and then visits some other stalls. You're guessing that he's doing some either checking to see if there's anyone who needs to purchase anything that he has, see if there's anyone who needs anything that he can get, that kind of thing. Checking around on what's going on in the market and what he can get deals on, something of that nature. Then about mid-morning, he does head to his solicitor's office, Holstoway and Gavich, and your initial guess is that he'll probably be there until he decides to go to lunch. And that does hold to be true. After a couple hours, he does leave. This is around noon or a bit after. And he does head to one of the nicer taverns up in the middle city. And this would probably be a good time to change form. You could always stand out of the way and across the street, get ready to cast a spell when he comes out, and then change form if you wanted, or if there's some other way that you want to do it. Ben? Are you muted?
Sorry, was muted again.
That's okay.
The detect charm does last for a full turn, so I could change back before right after casting it.
Yeah, it's just do you want to try to catch him on the way out, or do you want
I
to
could try to catch him on the way out?
Or you could try turning into a form that might not be too unusual to see inside this building, and then actually go in.
I don't know that animals would be common inside of a restaurant, at least not live ones.
Well, it's more of a tavern type thing. I mean, there are cats, there are dogs. The door stands open.
I suppose I could just go in as a cat.
Yeah. I mean, again, kind of the worst case scenario is that you might get shoot out, kind of thing.
True. Yeah, we can try doing that.
Okay, let's see. So
Crocodile walks into the bar.
I just suddenly imagine one of the early scenes from what is it? Day of the Dead, I think.
Crocodile walks into a bar and he says, "Give me a sandwich and make it snappy."
Terrible. Terrible.
I like that, to be fair.
Alright, so he gets a saving throw versus spell. Okay. You can definitely tell that he is under some sort of charm magic. And let's see. What level are you?
10th.
10th. Okay, so that's a flat 50%. Do you want me to use a reroll or not?
Yeah, go ahead and use a reroll on this. This
Okay.
might be important information to know.
Alright, so you want me to use the 100 that I rolled, right? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Alright, so that was your reroll. He is not under a Geas, because that would be revealed. So the magic that's affecting him is not a Geas. It is a charm of some variety, like a charm person, charm monster, that kind of thing, as opposed to something like hypnosis or something like that.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So after poking your head around, getting that view, one of the tavern bouncers does come over and with a broom and starts shooing you out.
Hiss at him and then dart out the door.
Okay, and you take a little hidden position and wait for him to leave. It didn't look like he really paid much attention to that. Like, he glanced over at the commotion, but doesn't seem to have had a suspicious look on his face, kind of thing. Okay. So you're able to wait outside, and after lunch, he does leave, and he makes his way to his warehouse and heads on in. Do you want to, like, prowl around? Because there is the main entrance, and then there's some back doors as well where like, goods would be brought in. Do you want to, like...
Yeah.
Okay, so just kind of, like, periodically moving between them to try and, as best you can, keep an eye on both?
Yep.
Okay.
Doing my best cat impression.
Right. Okay. You do pretend to go after some birds occasionally and hiss at some other cats and things like that, but don't have too much trouble around here. You definitely can tell there's a lot of rats around, so there seems to be more than enough food for the other local alley cats. You don't think that's any connection to this location, though. It's just the way it is. So about an hour and a half after he gets there, you do see one of the local urchins come. You're pretty sure that you saw them the day before. Knocks on one of the back doors and is let in, and then a few minutes later leaves carrying something small. Probably an envelope or a little package or something.
I think I'll stay where I am, though.
Okay. It doesn't really look any different than what you saw the day before. I'm just letting you know that that's what happened. And then not too much going on, just like normal workers coming and going, and normal potential customers. Nothing stands out amongst all that. The workers, of course, you saw before. The customers, you don't think you saw the previous days. So probably new people. And then as evening begins to set in, he makes his way back to his home. He does stop by the Great Market, so it's a bit of a circuitous route, but he obviously picks up something from one of the stalls there and makes his way back to his home. You obviously conclude that he's going to eat it at his house. And you make your way up to a rooftop to keep an eye out, and shortly thereafter, there'd be a tap on the roof next to you, the signal from Solas.
Meow.
Does the speak with animals give me ability to speak with Finn when he's in animal form?
You know what? Sure.
Solas would have cast speak with animals then.
Okay, so you two can converse.
Yeah, basically asking if Finn found out anything.
I'd let him know about the charm.
Interesting. That could be the reason why he is suing us, potentially, if it's not a Gias.
Yeah, he's definitely under the influence of something.
But you did not find out exactly what kind of charm it was.
Not precisely, no.
Yeah. Well, I have few spells that I've prepared to cast myself to see, but he is at home at the moment, right?
Yes.
So real fast,
Mhm.
Finn would definitely be able to like rule out a lot of types of magic
Yeah.
in that. So
Mhm.
whether it's charm person or mammal, charm monster, some similar like a vampire's charm effect, all of those kinds of things. All of those kind of lump together, and there's no real way to distinguish between
Yeah.
them. But that is the
Mhm.
type of spell on him.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's
So further-
basically as narrow as you can get with that spell.
Yeah, so further detect charm would not help.
No, he had a successful roll. The second roll
Yeah.
was not 100.
Mhm.
Good thing I used that reroll then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I fly closer in to look if I can see it the window that to his room that I can see through.
Okay. Yeah, he is currently inside eating.
And it's the second floor.
Yes, I believe I said that.
Okay. I would fly a bit higher and cast few spells and come back and just see out of curiosity if anything picks up. I would cast detect spirits and detect magic.
Okay.
The wizard and cleric version.
Okay. You are not detecting any spirits, and you are detecting magic. What are your percentages?
I'm 10th level mage and 9th level cleric.
So 90 and 95.
So
right.
90, yeah.
Okay, this is definitely under enchantment charm magic, which would show up
And,
even if it was something like a vampire's charm. Just FYI.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, I'm just saying vampire because that's the first thing that popped into my head. It's not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm
I
perfectly
would,
happy to tell you that a vampire is not involved in this.
Yeah. And I would have also cast no alignment.
And he gets a saving throw to that. So it's charm sphere, enchantment charm, school, no alignment, failed to save, so he is lawful neutral.
Okay. Is he currently eating?
Yes.
Does he look like he's doing anything else, like mumbling to himself?
Give me an intelligence check. His position is not making it like obvious, so you're kind of like looking, craning your neck around, that kind of thing. And your score?
My score is 17.
Okay. He does seem to be talking.
I will cast Clear Audience to the room.
Okay. He seems to be having a one-sided conversation with himself, or with someone. So you're like on the other side of a phone call. You're only hearing one side.
Yeah.
Give me an intelligence check and a wisdom check, please.
First intelligence check. And then wisdom check. My wisdom is 16.
Okay. You can't pick up a lot of details. A lot of stuff is going unsaid. He's obviously answering some questions. And you do see that there is something up with his eyes, like he's like his eyes are unfocused. But he's answering questions and pretty clipped and pretty quick, pretty short answers. And it's not giving you enough information on what the context is, but there is definitely something like, you'd guess something is speaking to his mind.
Yeah. Okay.
And knowing that, there is definitely some thought sphere magic going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought that would be the way that someone is communicating for him. Let's see, I need to check one spell quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, I do have the spell. I have had it prepared, but I haven't cast it yet. So I would cast out of interest Astral Awareness if I can see any
Okay.
astral travelers.
Is that automatic, or is there like a saving throw for astral things or anything like that?
Automatically notes any kind, all of kinds, astral or ethereal phenomena, including shifting conduits, psychic wind, ethereal cyclones,
Okay,
and
there's nothing.
okay. Okay. Well, do I gain anything from his answers?
No. It is like he's obviously answering questions, and they're so clipped, like it's more like, there's so much unsaid that you can't really gain any bit from the conversation on what the contents are.
But it's pretty clear that he is not really there in that room with his mind.
Yeah, you would say so.
Yeah. Okay, I don't think I can easily gain anything else with my spell, so I would fly back to Finn and tell him this, and then say that I'm going back to report to others.
Okay. Finn, do you want to return
I
as well?
probably
Or...
would be heading back too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, Solas, do you want to carry a pet kitty on the way back?
Yeah. If Finn wants to have a ride.
Sure, why not?
Though I would have to put Finn in a pouch or something so that he would. Oh no, I can break the invisibility.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, you would be invisible, so it would be a flying cat.
There's nothing wrong with that.
What's wrong with a flying cat?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's certainly a weird thing that people might speak about, and but not necessarily bring any connection to you guys.
It wouldn't be the weirdest thing to ever happen in Brawl.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
I will
true.
just say to Finn that if you want, I can fly you back. You will look weird since you are just invisible, just flying cat.
I've got one more change available. I'll change into a very small lizard.
Okay. So a very small lizard will be flying through Brawl. Okay.
From any decent distance, I probably wouldn't even be noticed. So.
Right.
Hang on, that's like you come across a local flying birds, they're going to see it as like a flying takeaway. Oh look, there's feed. It's flying straight towards me. I wonder how the local wildlife would react to that.
I think many of the wildlife would be weirded out first.
So at one point, a Gullion does swoop towards you, but since Solas is invisible, it just kind of like you hear a squawk and a bump against your back, Solas. You look around and you see a Gullion has hit you, trying to go after Finn, and it's sort of stunned, not stunned in such a way that it's just plummeting to the ground, but it's obviously flapping its wings to get down, shaking its head as it goes.
Man, those
Actually,
galleons are fast since fly has the movement rate of 18.
Oh no, they are fast actually.
I think most of my bird forms are faster than that.
Yeah.
Thinking about it.
Yeah.
Do you still have to speak with animals up?
It probably
2
would have
rounds
expired by
back.
now.
I
Ah.
think it would have expired.
That would have been an
He was
interesting
casting a
remark.
lot of spells around Browdle's place.
Yeah, and few of those spells have the casting time of 1 round. For example, a clerical version of Detect Magic.
Yeah, all the bird forms I have listed have fly of 33 or 36.
Yeah, birds
Yeah.
are pretty fast.
Well.
All right, so you get back to the inn and meet up with everyone, break your invisibility. Finn, change back if you
Yeah.
want.
Yep.
Okay. And what do you share
And
with the party? Finn first.
I would share that.
Finn first. Since
Okay.
he
I would
was
definitely
watching
share
there.
about.
Go ahead.
I would definitely share about the charm, and then I'd hand it over to Solas for telling about the conversation he was having with himself.
Okay.
Yeah, he definitely is charmed. I also verified it few spells, and it seems that he is having mental conversations with someone. Since while he was eating, I used my spells to basically be next to him, listening what he said and such, and he was having one-sided conversation with, and I picked up a thought spear magic from him.
Leva looks at her rod. She says, "Do you think it could be a spirit?"
Well, I did try to detect if there was any spirit haunting him and causing misfortune for him, but I didn't detect anything like that.
Hey, Lafdul,
Mm-hmm.
were you going to go try to read his memories again tonight?
Yeah.
I think this might be a good one to try to find.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially
it
since it's
seems
nice and
so.
recent.
Yeah, no, I was thinking
Yeah,
the same thing.
And like Finn said, the charm spell on him is not a Gias. So it's
was
something
wondering
like
if-
charm person or something, but that's the closest that the detect charm can decipher it.
This is slightly beyond my capabilities, but since it's in the same sphere of access, would I know if mental domination would come as charm or thought? Actually, it doesn't last very long anyway, so it's probably a moot question.
I
Only
mean,
3
if
rounds
it's
an hour.
listed as thought,
Enchantment charm, but the sphere is thought.
right? If the sphere is thought, then it would show up as thought under a priestly detect magic spell.
Yeah.
So, did Solas talk to us about the conversation, the one-sided conversation?
Yeah, I told her that he was
Yeah.
clearly having some kind of discussion with someone who was communicating with mentally to him.
So, were you able to see if that was an invisible person?
So
I-
you didn't have anything
could it
like detect invisibility, but detect magic would have revealed that there was some illusion magic around,
Mm.
Was there then?
and there was not.
And
Right.
yeah, and even if they are invisible, there is chance that they make sounds, and I didn't hear any
Yeah.
sounds except those that came from the Faldoric.
Did
How
he
long
look
did it
like?
take? How long did it take for you guys to get back?
Not too
How
long.
long did? Yeah, it's not
You
too
were
long, I
flying.
would say. Mm-hmm.
So I would cast polymorph stuff, and I'm going to go straight there.
Okay.
Okay.
Leva,
While invisible.
What
wait a
before
moment.
Lafdul goes, Braxon will
Be
say,
quick.
"See if you can see if he's talking in something like a crystal ball." And I think Leva wants to go with you.
You have to be quick when I'm chanting a spell.
Leva gives you the charm, tells you where it's from, and she will also give you the rod, just in case. Maybe you choose something.
How big is the rod?
If you put you can put the rod in a backpack. It does not fit in one of your pouches.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
the
good.
charm will fold into his body if he's wearing it when he polymorphs.
Yeah, I could just place
So-
a charm on me, I guess. I'll
The
just put it somewhere.
the charm is fine. That just goes around your neck. You can tuck it into your clothing. That'll change with your body. If you're wearing a backpack and you put the rod in the backpack, that'll also change. But it is it will not fit
It's
in one of your pouches.
extremely bulky and cumbersome, and I'm
It's not extremely
inclined
bulky
to
and
use
cumbersome,
it.
but it is.
Uh,
It does not fit in your pouch.
It's just longer than what would fit in the pouch.
Yeah. It's more than a foot long.
It's not a huge, but it's long.
If it's a spirit bothering him, there's a chance that you can actually see it, so it might be useful.
I mean, considering what Solas just said with magic, I'm inclined to go with his thing. Truthfully, I probably won't use it. I'll take it, but I probably won't use it. The charm might be useful, though.
Okay.
Well,
Well-
you can do whatever you want, but don't you think it's better if you have several possibilities?
Well, he said he'd take it.
That's why I said I'd take it.
Yeah,
you
but
know,
he
I
also
just-
said he probably won't use it.
Well,
Well,
he's,
if he polymorphed, he'll have to polymorph back
Yeah.
to himself.
Yeah, I can change
Okay.
forms. It's become visible, then I'd have to sequester it in my backpack. It compromises me to bring it out. That's the
Okay.
problem. And based on what Solas told me, it's unlikely to be used because it puts me at too much of a risk. Based on what I might potentially get out of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I would also have mentioned that I did cast Astral Awareness to see if there's any astral creatures or something like that. But
I
no.
was really hesitant to not use this item, but I have an item to
Well,
show
here's-
someone invisible. Well, I'm not holding around for a conversation. I wanted to go
Yeah.
based on the fact
Yep.
that he was having this conversation.
yeah.
He
So
might
basically,
still have it.
you'd either after casting the polymorph self spell or before, you'd have just a few seconds to put the charm on, stick the rod in the back, and then other people can say some quick
Just
things.
go.
Braxon, what were you saying?
Cast a spell on me or something because I'm just going. I'll cast one of the spell. I will cast the telepathy on Leva
Okay.
because it'll last for half an hour, and I can at least relay the party what I'm learning if I do learn anything.
Okay. And Braxon, you were saying
Yeah, I
something.
was just going to ask a nerdy question about how you do invisibility. If Lafdul was to take something out of a backpack but not let go of it, it wouldn't become visible, would it?
Because I'm wearing a ring of invisibility, I could just cancel the ring, reactivate it. In theory,
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough.
if I wanted to make it invisible, but normally I would put it in my backpack.
Yeah, but what I mean is if you take it out your backpack and you're holding it and then you put it back into your backpack, you haven't put it down.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Then-
it probably would be
Yeah.
visible.
It stays invisible.
Yeah. So there's no reason for you to not get the thing out if you think you need it.
But would Lafdul see to get it out of the backpack?
That's
he
the
can,
point.
He
That's
can
the point.
feel
You
it.
might-
It's a very, very unique shape.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I mean, if it's the divining rod points somewhere or whatever it does,
I'm not gonna
you wouldn't
see
see
where
it.
it's pointing.
That's true. That's true. That might be a problem. But it's something that he can address if he
Yeah.
feels the need. All right. So, what form are you taking, Lafdul?
Probably a ring, 'cause I want to get there fast.
A what?
A ring.
Okay. All right. All right. So you turn
One of
into
the
a small
fastest
bird
flying.
and just immediately fly out a window. and
Yeah,
head
no.
over to Brattle Faldric's abode. And alighting on the window first to just like see what's going on. Correct? Is that what you do?
Yeah, seeing if he's mumbling still or anything
Okay.
at all.
No, he's obviously cleaning up and getting ready for bed.
All right, then I go around the door to see if anyone sneaks out the door
Okay.
invisibly.
Okay. Do you have any spells up to help you detect invisible? I mean, other than the fact that the
No.
door might open and no one seems to be leaving.
Yeah, but the thing is, if I see someone getting out the door that suddenly shouldn't be the case, then I will try to land somewhere, drink a potion, resume the form, and see if I can chase a person. Because I have a potion of clarity. I assume that would help me. It
Okay.
does something with vision.
Okay. All right. So you land on like the lintel above the door, and just like watch for a few minutes to see if anyone comes out of the door or goes in or anything like that. And there's people on the street, but they're walking by the building and the door doesn't open. How long are you willing to wait here?
Like 15 minutes. I'll wait so far. You know, I'm
Okay.
waiting for a while, so
Right.
I presume that he might have gone. They might not have.
Yeah. I mean, 15 minutes, if you feel that that's a good amount of time that
Doesn't take me that long to get out.
yeah. If anyone was going to leave, you're figuring someone would have left by now, or they left
Or have
already
left.
before you got there, kind of thing.
If they were using mundane
Yeah.
methods to get in and out.
Yeah. All right. So, in that 15 minutes, no one enters or leaves.
And I've relayed that I haven't seen anyone leave. I will cast Detect Magic.
You're
And I
still
will see
bird
if
form.
I will transform back into a person somewhere and cast a spell. And I will resume that form.
Okay. So you go up to the
And
roof,
I will,
turn back into an elf, cast your spell, and then change back.
yeah, and go down to the floor. I'm hoping that there might be traces of magic, but I think, given the fact that I waited 15 minutes, it's probably faded.
Yeah, you're not detecting any obvious magic.
Ew, annoying.
Occasionally, someone out in the crowd has something, but you're not seeing any like trail or anything like that.
Lafdul might get momentarily distracted by the opportunity to pickpocket.
Squirrel.
Oh, that's but annoying. Oh, well, that happens. Yeah, well, I'm just gonna sneak in, I guess. I mean, yeah, I know he's not. No, I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna go fly to his window because my detect magic should work through a window.
Yeah.
I will see if I can detect any influence on him.
So you're
Further influence.
you're still detecting the magic on him of charm. Same, like you recognize it as the same thing as before. The thought magic that Solas reported, you're not detecting that.
So that faded.
And he's definitely like just about to go to bed at this point.
I will cast. No. No, I will say that he's heading to sleep. Whoever was there is long gone, I say to Lava. Then I'm going to head to the Thieves Guild before I go here, actually.
Okay, how long does your polymorph work?
It's that 3 hours, so
Okay.
I got plenty of time.
Okay, the
I've got 2
telepathy.
memorizations.
Okay.
Yeah, Detect Magic would have gone.
Detect magic and telepathy would have expired by the time you get to the Thieves Guild for sure.
That's fine. I was just saying I was hoping to catch them to Lava, and obviously they've long gone, but this is something we need to catch in the act.
Okay.
Obviously, for the party to formulate, I'm gonna run an errand, then check his memories.
Okay. So you head to the Thieves Guild?
Yeah. I'm seeing if Samara's still in. Or someone else.
Samara is there.
And then we learned some new things today, and relay some things I learned
Okay.
from No Product, and obviously he is under the influence of some kind of magic. He's definitely magically charmed, and he was talking to someone who was invisible. So it could be a rival guild or someone that's.
So she begins. She's taking notes as you're saying this, and thinks out loud. I wonder if we could use this to blackmail him in any way. Go on. What else did you learn?
Yeah. Well, he was. I mean, I didn't really learn too much else. No, obviously he talks to the kids. I would have learned that from Finn. I would have said all the local runners. Yeah, I'm just detailing like more mundane things, but she might pick up on these things.
Nothing seems to be jumping out at her because she doesn't say anything.
Obviously, I relayed all the things about Noberduct. The potential that I'm going to go sneak in again and try to read the memories of that conversation exactly as it happened from his perspective.
Well, that is. It could be some interesting things there. I'm not seeing anything that might help you with your lawsuit.
No, I mean, if there is nefarious activity going on, obviously it works in our favor for our company, as it were. And, well, information is always useful for your end.
Yeah.
Definitely more going on than first appeared.
Well, but isn't that always the case here on Bral? Which gives you a little wink for that.
Yeah, something's always influencing me.
Well, I can tell you it's not Kaldar Swiftfoot.
A reference that I'm clearly not thinking about right now.
I mean, you don't really know much about halflings, so it would definitely be over your head.
Is that like a folk tale? One of the gods?
I don't know.
I know of like Barbosa. That's the only one that I know, and like Yondel. I forgot her name, the Pantheon leader.
See, exactly. That reflects what your character knows too.
There are a couple of them. Yeah. All right, now
Did you want her to look into anything in particular, or like any lines of inquiry that you want her to look into? I mean, you don't have to. It's okay.
It seems rather bizarre, but he's like completely hell-bent on any mention of the company of the Broken Sword. He just has nothing to do with us. Like, we are like the bad luck charm. Like, he's convinced of this.
Well, like, I mean, that does kind of happen when someone hates you, right?
Yeah. I don't know. That seems like considering the magical influence around him, I'm not so certain anymore. I think there's more at play here than is being shown, at least on what we can see. Well, we'll find out tonight.
Indeed.
If I don't get myself killed.
That would be bad. That would be bad. You should try to avoid that.
No, I've died already. Came back a few times.
You're going to have to tell me about that sometime. That is quite curious.
Especially tell her about the cursed rug.
Alright, so is this room like sealed off?
I mean, it's certainly sealed in such a way that like something said in here is not going to be heard outside, if that's what you mean.
No, Lafdul's like, I was like, oh, I'll be off. I show them that I can polymorph into a creature, then I transform back, realize, oh yeah, I can't exit here, it's all sealed off. I have to open the door conventionally. So I was transforming into a bird, and I fly to the door, transform back.
I'm going to have to remember that one too.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind. I know.
Alright, so you head on out.
Mm-hmm.
As you're leaving, she does once again say, and make sure you don't get yourself killed. It would be bad for the guild.
It's so nice for you to think of the well-being of the guild above my own.
As always. She gives you a cheeky smile as you leave.
Yeah. I fly off to meet my doom, I suppose.
Okay, so you're going to sneak into his house, the apartment in the same way?
Yeah, but this time I'm going to search for traps on the door. Because I'm not paranoid at all.
The door to his room?
Yep.
Okay.
I got time to kill, so...
Alright, what is your chance?
I don't believe it's influenced by anything, so it would be 90.
Alright. There are no traps that you detect on that door.
Alright, open locks.
Okay. Alright. Takes you 2 rounds to unlock that one. And slip in.
Is there any influence on opening a lock that I've already opened before? Does the difficulty go down each time? Because I'm familiar with it.
No, not
longer?
specifically, but if it came to it, I'd probably just like let you in, kind of thing. Like,
or would it take longer?
I rolled because I wanted to roll.
Well, a roll for breaking lockpick, basically.
Yep. Possibly, yeah.
So I got 2
I mean, even if it's a familiar lock, you still might make a mistake.
And I am in, and I'm gonna wait a moment, obviously, make sure that, he's not reacting or anything. Then I'm gonna cast Mind Read.
Alright.
To know if he's asleep.
He is asleep.
I spend a minute looking around the room for anyone invisible, even though I had detect magic and there was no invisibility illusion magic in the room. But I just spend 1 round.
So you don't have any. You're just looking for any obvious signs as opposed to anything.
You're breathing.
Like
I'm listening as well.
You don't know. Okay. What is your detect noise?
50, I believe. Yeah. I don't think it's influenced by not wearing armor. So.
No, it would only be influenced by a helmet. All right, you are not hearing any breathing from this room other than your own, and you're not seeing any other obvious signs of an invisible creature within.
All right. Well, hopefully, if I get attacked, the mind reader will tell me that I'm about to be attacked.
Okay. You're gonna sneak into his bedroom?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will sneak in and I will use memory read on him to figure out when this conversation today happened.
Okay.
An hour ago, whatever it was.
Okay, so you examine his memory.
Actually, because I have 8 hours, it doesn't have to be that specific memory. It could be 8 hours from a point in time. Well, it's 9 hours.
Yeah, you could start 9 hours ago and go through until the present.
Yeah, I will leave myself a safe margin. I might learn something throughout the day.
I mean, chances are he's been asleep for the past 20, 30 minutes anyway. So
yeah.
If you go from 8 hours ago or 9 hours ago to present, should be pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Basically.
so that would be around lunchtime is when it would start. So you would begin as he's walking out of Holstoy and Gavich, goes to the nicer tavern, sits down, orders some food, common, everyday type food that they would have there. He's not like ordering a special, not ordering anything unusual. Doesn't strike to you as anything odd. There is a commotion by one of the bouncers shooing a cat out the door that he glances over and goes back to eating. Then you follow him as he gets up and leaves and heads to his warehouse.
Out of curiosity, what shoes is he wearing?
He is wearing his nice shoes.
Yeah. Lafdul's made him pull out the nice shoes.
So he gets to his warehouse, and you see him go through normal everyday business stuff. Then an urchin comes in, is led into his office. Yeah, you had a question?
No, I wonder if I would get any idea of his business ledgers, how his business was doing, because I mean, he would still be going through the time to go through it, so I have time to learn that.
Yeah. So if he did this day, and so far he is not. He's mostly.
I misheard then.
Well, I mean, he's going through normal business stuff, but he's not like going through his ledgers yet. I mean, he might still before the end of the day, but he's like talking to the other people working for him, dealing with inventory, seeing if anyone has come in offering to buy the gems, asking some people that he's sent out to ask around, anyone need gems for a good price, that kind of thing. So it's you can definitely tell that he's still trying to sell off these gems. He does still have some other commodities on hand, and there's some sales of that going on. But he's definitely like pretty focused on getting this inventory of gems sold off. Then a little urchin is led into his office, and he hands him an envelope. It was already sealed. It's already closed. And instructs him to deliver it to someplace in the Low City. You can find where that is, but it doesn't mean anything to you right now. Like, you know this location now, you could find it, but it doesn't strike you as anything special.
It could just be a minor transaction, delivery,
right,
whatever.
Right. Then goes back to his work. It does look like he's got some contracts for other commodities that he's reading over, making sure that there's nothing questionable in the details, and the amounts are what he wants, that kind of thing. Then he heads home at the end of the day. So he doesn't look into his ledgers, but he does do some normal business stuff, so you can tell that, like, the things that you could conclude is that he still does have some business going on. Like, he's gotten in other commodities, lumber, wool, stuff like that. And those are still doing business, but he's definitely concerned about this stock of gems that he's sitting on that he can't move. So he goes home, stops by the Great Market for some food along the way, gets back to his house, sits down to eat, and then nothing. Like, there's a period of time that it blanks out, that he has no memory.
Interesting.
And then he finishes. It picks back up as he finishes eating.
Does he seem
And goes to
aware
bed.
of this?
It does not seem to bother him. So it's hard to say whether he's aware of it, whether like what's going on there. But it doesn't seem to phase him. He's not like, where did my time go, kind of thing.
Yeah. I come out of that somewhat
would think that-
exhausted.
I would think the magic would make it be that he doesn't really pay attention to lost time.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out in the room, go into the other room, cast Detect Charm,
Mm-hmm.
go back in the room, see
Okay.
if he wakes up. Does he wake up? Obviously, I was casting a spell in the other. I'll close the door, obviously, but
Right. So you open the door a crack and peek in, and he's definitely woken up a little bit, and he's tossing around. He doesn't seem to have he's not like sitting bolt up. What was that kind of thing? It's just like
Yeah, he's just
his
let
sleep
him
has been disturbed.
All right, well, yeah. Let me check the duration of mind read. Oh, it's near around the level that would have gone off.
Yeah.
Gone off. All right, now I just wait around. I guess I will use my polymorph self.
Well,
no, I won't.
Hold on. You're looking in the door a crack.
Yeah, I know. I realized. That's
and
why I
Detect
held
Charm
off.
is definitely going to be giving you some
Telling me he's
information.
charmed.
Unless, of course, he makes a saving throw, which he made a saving throw.
Oh. It doesn't even tell me
You
he's
don't.
charmed.
No, you do not pick anything up. So, and given what you've already learned, you know that that means that he made a saving throw.
Yeah,
out of
I
character.
know. It was just a case of when I cast a spell magic on him, well, I was going to potentially cast it on him. Whether or not I would know if it faded or not. So, well, now I won't know. But given the fact that he is stirring, I might just have to play it safe. I don't know.
Okay. So you
Well,
polymorph.
I will wait a while to see if he goes back to sleep. I'll wait like half an hour. I mean,
Well, you can polymorph back with the door open a crack and just hope that he thinks that the door he didn't close it all the way, and be an animal of some sort.
yeah, I can sneak in the room as a snake. I'm just going to wait like a good half an hour for him to hopefully go back to sleep.
All right.
'Cause
What
when-
animal form are you going to be in? A snake, you said?
Get into initially a snake, then I'll
Okay.
go on to like a cat or something that's dexterous and light,
Okay.
and just sit and wait.
Where are you going to sit and wait?
Is there like a chair or anything in here?
Sure.
I'll just get onto the chair.
Okay.
Pounce onto the chair. I will attempt to do it quietly. Being a cat, I shouldn't make too much noise.
Yeah. So you hop up on the chair and sit and watch him.
Yeah. How long has it been so far? Like 2 hours in total since my polymorph self's been up? Or less?
Yeah, give or take.
So I got at least like less than an hour's worth of playroom, so I can wait like, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes somewhere in that range for him to hopefully go back to sleep.
Okay.
I'll wait for him to like be as still as possible and just have to maybe take a guess.
Okay. So you settle in to wait, watching him, and he tosses around, rolls over again in his bed,
Until it seems like it's minimized a bit.
trying to get comfortable, and you can hear him grumbling. Not loud enough to know what
Jeez.
he's saying. Like, it's not necessarily like, it's more just kind of thing.
Can't sleep. Yeah, I know, it's the worst. Been dealing with that a lot lately. So I might push it up to 40 minutes.
Okay. So, after a few more minutes, you're sitting there on the chair. He hasn't moved for a little bit, but then he moves again, trying to get comfortable, grumbling. And then finally, he sits up in bed.
Oh.
What would you do? Like, seeing that he starts to sit up in bed, what would you do immediately?
I'd probably get onto the floor in case he decides to sit on the chair. I don't want to be sat on as a cat.
Okay.
Actually, no. I transform into a snake and slither off and try and slither out the room. I'm just getting out at this point. It's
Okay.
not worth trying anything.
So you transform into a snake and drop down onto the floor
And
and
slither out.
start slithering out. And he has obviously either heard or noticed you because he lets out a bit of a.
Really? It's an invisible snake.
Oh, right, you're still invisible.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm not doing this in
Sorry.
broad daylight. As it were.
All right, so
That's
yeah, he would have heard you drop down onto the floor as a snake.
As a snake.
As a snake. Yeah.
Snakes slide down. They don't drop. That's why I went to a snake.
You indicated that you were moving pretty quick.
Not like panicking.
I mean, he just
But,
sat
I
up
mean,
and...
if you're saying it's done, it's done
Yeah.
at this point, so...
I mean, I was asking what you were doing, and I was, like, you said transform into a snake and get off a chair. So I assumed that was, like, as quickly as you could.
I assumed that...
Yeah.
I thought that would be quiet. But,
Lafdul forgot he's transformed into a rattlesnake.
No, he's just,
No, I wouldn't have assumed a rattlesnake if you didn't say a rattlesnake, but I did, like, want you to say what you were doing pretty quick, because he was sitting up and moving, so...
How alarmed does he seem? Because, I mean, that's just... It shouldn't be that loud of a noise.
No, so he sat up, and it was pretty obvious, like, you reacted from him sitting up, and started reacting to that. And then he started to get out of bed, and he heard your sound, and he's like, "Oh, what was that?" And he's getting up and moving over, looking to see, trying to see what's going on.
If I don't think I can get through the door in time, then I will just hide behind some furniture as a snake.
You can get out of his bedroom into his main room easily, because you can get under the door that way.
Yeah, I'll do that. I mean, if I think I've got time to do that fast enough before he stands on me or something.
Okay. So
Snakes are not that fast. That's why I need more information. Does it look like I have enough time to do this?
To do what? I'm sorry.
If I'm now on the floor, he's standing up on bed, sitting up in bed. He's obviously going to look in that direction or start getting out. By the time I've noticed him looking at me, and now I'm on the floor, do I think I can slither under the door in time?
Yes. You can get out. You can get out of his bedroom into the living room.
I will attempt to do that. I mean, there might be some movement if he's looking directly at me.
So he's like,
But it is dark.
throwing back. Yeah, it's dark.
Human?
It's dark. It's dark.
He's
but
human.
It's dark, but also he's got windows and there's there's stars and everything.
The lentil's also invisible.
But you're invisible.
So he's looking at potentially something moving in darkness.
Okay. Let me finish describing what's going on rather than have you keep interrupting me when I'm trying to do that.
Sorry.
It's okay. So he has clearly heard something. He's not sure exactly what. He gets up and is moving about looking to see what it is. You've gotten out of the room into the living room. What are you going to do in the living room? Like right away, you get out of the bedroom into the living room. He's gotten up and is looking around. What are you immediately doing?
Well, considering I don't have all the time in the world, and I know I cannot sneak out the room as a snake, I have to get out of this room.
Okay.
So yeah, I want to get out. I'd have to transform back, wouldn't I?
To yourself? Yeah, I mean, if you want to open one of the doors or a window or something.
And I've opened and closed this door several times. How much noise does this door make? Because I'm having to think whether or not I think I can go in and out.
It doesn't squeak. There is just the sound of the door on, the wood on wood and stuff like that. And obviously, you wouldn't be able to pick the lock closed if he moves out into the living room.
Is there any hiding place in this room?
Yeah, I mean, you could, like, as a snake, you could hide it under his...
No, but as a Lafdul while invisible. Because obviously I might have to wait. I know the polymorph stuff's going to wear off at some point, so.
You can get into a corner. I mean, like, the question would be whether he'd get into it, whether he would move into that corner, kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Like, there's no obvious
Yeah.
place that you could hide, but you could get under, like, the table in there. You could get into a corner of the room. You know, I mean, there's just furniture and stuff like that. You know, think about your, you know, any given room in your house. If someone was invisible and just standing in the corner, how likely would you be to walk into that corner of the room, kind of thing?
All right, no, that's fine. I will I will put myself into a relatively. I will get close to a location to hide. I will transform back into Lafdul. Obviously, just standing perfectly stock still. I will use my granted power to reduce myself so I'm a lot smaller, and the audible footprint I make will be a lot quieter because I'm lighter. Then I will.
Are you going to get into the corner as the snake and then turn into Lafdul?
I'm not there, but can I ask a silly question?
Sure.
Does this guy have a fireplace?
No.
Okay.
No, because I would have gone through the fireplace. I asked if there's anything on the roof a few episodes back.
Yeah.
No, I'm series of events. I've left the room. I'm in the center of the room. I thought about leaving the room. I chose not to do that. So I'm now transforming back into Lafdul from the snake, and then I'm going to reduce myself.
Okay.
So I am the 1 inch tall Lafdul,
Right.
or however tall Lafdul is, and then he's going to hide as that 1 inch tall Lafdul somewhere.
Okay. You, like, that height, you can hide under chairs, you can hide under, like, a cabinet.
I want to see if he comes out of the room or whatever.
Hide in the corner. I mean, where do you want to hide?
Under a wardrobe or something.
Okay. Yeah, he's got a cabinet in there.
Yeah.
All right, so you you scamper under there quietly, and wait. After a minute, he does open the door, and he seems to stand at the doorway for a moment, and then come out. He's grumbling, but you can't really tell what he's.
I can't even with 50.
Okay. Well, you want to try to like actively listen?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. All right.
I'm not doing anything else. I am actively
Well,
trying
but there
to
is
see.
there is also like you might be prepared to move if he looks under the thing. That takes concentration and stuff like that. So so you do pick up that he says, "I thought I closed that."
No, he's suspicious, but yeah.
And he comes out, looks around. Then after a couple minutes, he walks over to the cabinet that you're under, and you hear the sound of water being poured out of a pitcher into a bowl, and some splashing. You see some drops of water.
I'm underneath it, though.
Yes,
so
I know.
It shouldn't
I know.
go on me.
No, it doesn't. But you can obviously tell that he's like just splashing some water on his face.
Oh, he's waking himself up. But it's, I don't know, washing his face. Maybe he's got cold sweats. I don't know.
Then you hear the sound of him toweling his face dry, and then he walks back to his bedroom and closes the door.
Alright, sorry, I'm just looking at the duration of reduce.
5 rounds per level.
Oh, yeah, plenty of time.
Yeah.
It's alright. hang on. What, 55 minutes?
I mean, if you just want to wait for 20, 25 minutes and then try to sneak out the front door or something, you can do that.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Although it might be a bit difficult to move the doors 1 inch left.
At his current height, could he just slide under the door?
No, because I would have done that first thing. That's why I've had to pick the door each time. I could make like a mouse hole with shape wood, but I don't have it memorized, so.
And he would find a way to blame us for that.
He blame. Oh yeah, he would find a way to blame us.
A reduced mouse would be able to get under there. So
Wait, what?
Reduced mouse.
yeah,
Yeah, but you would have to reduce while under the effects of a polymorph.
Can you polymorph?
My
under
polymorph
the,
would have ran out by now, surely.
Can you polymorph under the effects of a reduce?
yeah, because
You
you're
just
reduced.
can't take on the forms that are lower than a small creature that's limited by the polymorph self. But you can make that form even smaller by a reduce.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
like
right.
Lafdul said, polymorph would have run out.
But he did say
Yeah,
that
I
he had
got
a second
another-
one though.
Yeah, that means I've got a chance to spell. So what? I mean, my audible footprint should be very, very small.
So you polymorph,
As a-
cast polymorph again
Yeah.
as a super teeny itty bitty Lafdul.
Yep.
All right. So you do that and polymorph into a mouse. It takes a considerable amount of time to get over to the door because you are so tiny, but eventually
I
you
can-
do get under the door.
All right.
I mean, it's plenty of, like it's just more of a, you know,
like a
you've
5 minute.
you've
from a
suddenly
one
turned
step.
this room into like, you know, a giant open plain.
Oh, so I don't have like a random encounter with like a house spider or a centipede
You're
or
still
a
invisible.
flea.
You're still invisible.
Oh,
You do
And I
you do
think
get a very good look at like the dust and like the cracks between the floorboards are now like giant chasms. Not quite giant chasms, but they take
it's
a
opened up new possibilities to
Yeah.
me though.
also opened up new dangers if someone was walking around. But you do get out and you can resume your reduced self form or something like that.
Well, I need to wait around for my reduce to wear off so I can lockpick the door. Oh, actually, I can use polymorph into like a really tall creature that might be really small.
No,
it
you'd need
still
to
wouldn't
you'd need
be-
to wait for the reduce to wear off. Unless you have a dispel magic to cast, but that would also dispel your polymorph.
Yeah. I just wait for it to wear off. So
Okay.
plus it gives him time to fall back to sleep if he does. So it's like, well.
And it
I
took
don't
you
know.
some time to get under the door anyway.
So in total, I've been like 55 minutes getting out. So
Okay.
waiting around for that to wear off.
So eventually you are able to relock the door with your lockpicks and get out
Gone out to the night.
and head on back.
Yeah, no, I am going to send that back to Samara, actually.
You're gonna go back to her
If
first.
she's, yeah.
Okay. She at this point will definitely be not available, but you can leave a note
that's
for
fine.
her.
No, I'll catch her when I see her.
Okay.
Have I learned where she stays at all?
Oh no, not at all.
Was she wearing anything particular? Because I have locate objects, I might just try and find her. How long ago did she leave, I wonder? I ask around.
She left not too long after you left.
Quite a while. Well, if she had an object, I'll just try,
She was
luck.
wearing clothes, but
Was she wearing anything via locate object would show her up as? I try my luck. I fly around.
she's very, very
just a
good
random
at.
direction.
She's very, very good at keeping her personal location secret. So no,
Yeah,
she's
well-
not wearing anything that would, like, you'd be doing like her clothing, and you're getting multiple pings kind of thing.
Well, no, is she wearing a ring? Is she wearing an amulet?
Nothing
Is
that
she
you
a hair
noticed.
tie?
Nothing that you
Yeah.
noticed that
She's very good
stuck
at
out
hiding
as unique.
All right, you just made it a game for me to track her now.
It's fine with me if you wanna try that. That's fine.
All right. No, that's I
Keep
go
in
back to
mind
the
that
rest-
that you have heard of other people snooping into her business, who have been found in the jettison before being launched out into space. So
well,
Yeah, are you assuming she's Jewel or something?
no, I thought Juggler was Jill, to be honest.
Are you sure
No.
Juggler isn't Jewel?
Oh no, Samara said, that Jill says hi. So it's like, at one point. I was like, how would you know that?
It's entirely possible that she didn't actually know that. She has no compunction about lying either.
Yeah. Alright, anyway, I'm gonna head back to the party.
Okay. Was anyone staying up waiting for him, or had everyone gone to bed and figured that you'd talk to him in the morning or get a note
I
from
probably
him?
would have.
You would have waited for him?
Yeah.
Okay. So
It's
Ockar
like
will still be up
3
when you get
hours
back.
later.
So how'd it go?
Oh, interesting. His memory's completely blanked out for that event. He has no memory of it. It's like something pulled the conversation and memory and thoughts out of him, but then modified his memory so that he no longer recalls the events that happened. So we need to observe this as this happens. It seems to be well, one might guess it might be happening as he's returning to home. So someone's obviously got eyes on him, knows when he returns home or something.
Do you think it could be part of the whole charm effect?
Yeah, it could be. It's worth investigating. Obviously, the others are asleep, I assume.
Yeah. We'll have to look into it tomorrow.
Oh, what a fun life.
And you signed up for it.
Yeah. You know, rather be doing this than whistling away at some carpentry or something. I'm not sure what I would have done if I never left Evermeet. Or I was a mechanist worker, like a clockwork or whatever you want to call it. Little fine gadget things.
Nothing wrong with carpentry. Sorry, I'm not there.
Sorry, I said that when you weren't around.
All right.
Yeah.
So, would you leave a note for anyone, or would you just go to bed?
I mean, I should be up roughly around the same time as... Well, actually, no, it depends on Finn. Did Finn have any indication that he's leaving early in the morning?
No, he wasn't going to leave early this next time.
All right, then I will not leave a note, so they will have to wait for me.
Okay.
So, because I got back within a reasonable time, so I should be up a similar-ish time.
If you have access to the blanket and pillow, you would be up early.
Sure, if that can be lent to me.
Yeah.
Then I can be up earlier, my spells can be memorized, and I can leave the same time as you guys. Oh, does that reduce the effect of the 8 hours I need for my con to return? It just says rest, I think.
Let me see.
These can only be regained after only 8 hours of rest.
Yeah, so you do need 8 hours of rest to fully regain the Constitution.
Does it have to be sleep? Or can it just be relaxation, like lying down in the forest?
I will allow it to be relaxation, but that means that you would not be going with the rest of the party in the morning. Like, you can get up and talk to them and stuff like that, but then you're not off to gallivant around the town.
Quick question, Ald.
Yes.
How did my research go?
Right. So you would have taken the letter of introduction. Sorry, I meant to let you know that they will look into it. Like, I mean, they could tell you some things about monitors in general. They are very powerful, but not very common. But I guess the big question is, what do you want them to look into for you?
I guess like general places I'd be most likely to find one, or like where
Or how to track one.
or how to track one, or maybe like the last place someone spotted a monitor, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Or how to contact one.
Or how to contact one. Just how to find or get in contact with one of these.
So they can tell you right off the bat that the company, the Chalice, sometimes has contacts with them because they are aligned together. Like, the monitors have occasionally called in the Company of the Chalice to help them out or to do something that the Monitor doesn't have time to do. So they may be able to help you there, the Company of the Chalice. Otherwise, they would say that the places of hives of scum and villainy are good places to look for them, because they tend to be there to enforce law and justice. But there's also way more of those places than there are monitors, so.
Yeah. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
But they
Talk
can
to
also
Company
do
of the
some.
Chalice.
They can do some research and see if they've heard of a recent place or some place where, where you could more solidly get in touch with one if you want.
I'll ask them to do some research.
Okay, so that will cost money.
That's fine. I'm already paying for the other kind of research, so I'll pay for this one too.
And
Right.
hey, they did give you a clue that the Company of the Chalice has worked with them, so
Mm-hmm.
now you can speak with the Company of the Chalice.
Let me see. I think it was 50 gold pieces per day.
Okay.
And let me see how long that'll take. Give me just a second. Actually, what am I doing? I can look at the number on the map. Find the details. Right, 16. All right. Okay. All right, so they will let you know when they've gotten some more information, but it will take a little bit of time.
Okay.
Okay,
Sounds
so
good.
let me go ahead and write that down.
Does Company of the Chalice have a headquarters or base of operation in Bral?
I don't know that they have a headquarters. Let me take a look.
But they might have some kind of base.
Well, while I'm taking a look, because I think like Ockar wouldn't have been able to go and see them that day because he'd be, describing what he's interested in, and they'd be getting started on their research and stuff like that. So in the meantime, the party can discuss what they want to do.
How many days before the first session of court?
You have that is going to be 3 more days, I believe.
Okay. Well, I think at least what Solas is planning on doing is partly same thing that he has done before, as in going around taverns, but he's also going to visit the Mage's Guild.
Well, I was hoping you guys would discuss what Lafdul learned
Yeah.
and see what you guys
Oh,
want
yeah.
to do about that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, there would be that whole discussion in the morning. Yeah, I would be using the blanket just so I can talk to the party at some point, and obviously I'd have to go relax in like the forest or something.
Well, you could still relax in your room, couldn't you?
Yeah. As long as I'm taking the 4 hours I need.
So would you
afterwards.
bring up that time pool you wanted me to cast?
Yeah, I would mention a couple of events. One around Nobodat, that event, specific event, and I would also mention what just happened tonight, that there is also the possibility of that event as well being of interest to us. Because my memory read was blanked. Like, he had no memory because there was nothing to read. It was either wiped from his mind or he was prevented from remembering at the time.
Well, a clear audience did give me the ability to listen to him like I was there, so it was an extremely one-sided and short answer so that he gave to any questions that was asked aloud.
Well,
Did you say you detected someone was invisible there? Because you said you had the illusion score show up.
I did not detect anyone invisible there.
No, you didn't.
No.
well, I've
So
got
the person who contacted him with magic might
Far
not be
away.
in the same room.
I've got a question for you. If something's able to talk to him, and would it be able to see you that have been observing him?
Not necessarily if it's a spell that directly contacts Faldoric with mental communication. It would not perceive anything unless anything other there.
Does anyone know of a way? Does anyone know of a way to intercept this sort of stuff and trace it back?
Well, I am planning on asking about these kinds of spells in Mage's Guild.
Yeah, that'd be a good start.
Though whoever has access to these kinds of spells is most likely quite potent spellcaster.
I wonder if they're a mentalist.
Possibly. I don't know many of those kinds of spells, so I would have to consult some expert. But yeah, that's one avenue that I'm planning on investigating today.
It's a good idea.
Okay, real quick. The company The Chalice does not have headquarters on Bral. Your best way to get in touch with them is either the Church of Tyr or Valken's Legion.
Okay.
What's Falcon's Legion?
They're a mercenary group, but they're run by a lawful good guy.
Mm-hmm.
So he's very picky about the types of jobs that he takes. But he's also, his group is also like one of the best.
Yeah, I would think that, for example, if Paladin is leading a mercenary group, they have a
He's
very
not a
high
paladin, he's
reputation.
just a fighter.
But yeah, I am thinking that I would visit the Wizard Mage's Guild to inquire about spells like this.
What do you think, Finn, about the time pool thing that we brought up? The two possible routes we can navigate down.
Well, I like the idea of his conversation there with what's his name from your past?
Noberdruk.
Yeah. I'm a little worried about trying it on his conversation inside his own head, that all we're going to see is just what Solas saw already.
Yeah, and
Mumbled
You would know that is all you would see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we would have
we
to.
wouldn't see any of the other side of it, so, or hear.
You might be able to hear his conversation if he has a similar conversation tonight. If you can cast mind read or something like that.
Well, he's in the middle of it.
Yeah, but
yeah.
there's also a chance that whoever is communicating might notice that kind of intrusion.
I'm taking True Seeing tonight if he is there. Yes.
Do you
Also,
think?
now that I have.
Sorry.
Also, now that I have had time to think, I think that it could be that whoever is using this mental communication with Faldoric might also have charmed them and basically using them to use as a tool.
What was your
tool
thought,
for a
Ockar?
Do we think that he could be under the control of maybe an Illithid or some other kind of being with mental powers?
Wonder if it'd have to be a mage. or not.
yeah, psionics wouldn't register as magic.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
It might be a combination of both, though.
True.
So Finn would look around the party and go, so, how many powerful mages have you pissed off?
Yeah, seems
None
to be
of-
a running.
None
Finger
that I
on
know
it.
of. I mean, none that I know of that are alive except for that one orc.
I
He
mean,
wasn't a mage. He was a cleric.
it could be the situation that the spellcaster is in employment of some group that we've pissed off, like the one, like the group that tried to or did kidnap Nobodruk's son.
I just don't know of any specific mages that we've let survive that would hate us.
It might be that we've never encountered the person in question personally ever.
True.
Well, why don't we cast that one-time pool then and see what we come up with?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that sounds good.
Okay, so you wanted to time pool to the meeting.
Yes.
Okay.
Are there spells that can be used to mess with memories?
Yeah,
Yeah.
plenty.
Remember we had the case with where we had to deal with that?
Ah,
A
I mean-
simple forget spell.
I mean, Solas had his memories altered in a way that needed basically heal spell to be cast on him to restore those memories. So there's plenty of spells that could influence one's memories.
All right, so Finn, you prepare the time pool, and are you going for the first meeting with Arkanobraduk, or are you going for like another meeting? Because he indicated that there were a couple, and then it was like he sent a letter or a message to Valderic indicating that he had to put a hold on the deal.
Maybe the last meeting he had before he did that,
Okay.
before the kidnapping.
Does that sound good to you guys? Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. If that's wrong,
Mm-hmm.
you can always do another one.
Okay. All right, so Finn, you cast a spell, and let's see what your percentage chances are. Let's see, I had that up. So this is going to be 5% for being slightly informed about it.
Yeah, and 15% for my wisdom.
Okay, so a total of 20%. Okay, so
On top of the
70%.
50. Yep.
Okay. And you used up your reroll, so just rolling it straight. All right, good news. An image begins to form in the basin, and let's see, how long does it last?
1 round per level.
Yeah.
So 10 rounds.
Okay, so basically, you're just going to see a portion of the meeting, and Arkanobraduk was like he didn't remember someone else being there, and that is in fact the case. It was Arkanobraduk, his secretary, and Braudel Falderic, and you can see that they're pleasant to each other. There's no like you're not picking up any kind of animosity or anger between any of them, and it looks like a pretty normal negotiation meeting. The only possibility would be if someone was invisible or something, but then they would also have to be like standing against the wall or something like that and out of the way. And there's no way for you to tell that.
Mm-hmm. And does Braudel ask anything about his son, or?
Nope. Now you're looking at the
Mundane
second
meeting.
meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So the only pleasant, like it starts at the beginning when he comes into the room, and there's shaking of hands and sit down, some quick pleasantries, but no great like, so how are the kids kind of thing, They just kind of like get down to business right away because you realize that if any of that happened, it would have been at the first meeting probably.
Okay. Well, we can try that one tomorrow then.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though he could, I don't think Finn would have memorized 2 of these. So
Yeah, no, that's reasonable. I mean, at least
Yeah,
like you've definitely confirmed that there wasn't anyone obvious secondary there.
Mm-hmm.
And that the meeting seemed to be above the board based on the bits we saw.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
All right. So what are you guys thinking? It is close to the end of the session, so we can kind of like get an idea of what you wanted to do. Oh, actually, I just remembered. Leva, you wanted to cast a sending to Higamus the night before.
Correct.
All right. What did you want to send to him, or did you want to talk to the party first about it and then do the sending?
No, not really. She says she sends sending to him saying since he asked back what time frame, she sends back the time as we heard it from the lawyer,
Okay.
and she adds something weird going on as well. Because
Okay.
there's only 25 words,
Yeah.
there's not much you can actually put in there.
Yeah. So he would respond that he cannot get there in time. Like, he cannot get there in that time frame.
Mm-hmm.
So if you still want him to come, let him know in the future, and he will make the best effort to do so. But, like, right now, it sounds to him like everything would be done by the time he'd even get here. And he still has duties that he wants to perform where he is. But he does say, like, let him know if there's anything he can do to help.
Okay. That's more or less what Leva expected.
Yeah. Because it would take him a month to get here, and the trial, at the very least, would be well underway at that point.
Correct. As she cannot respond, she will respond the next day.
Okay. Well, he's definitely not looking for an immediate response, but it is like a, if you still, like, Now, keep in mind that he would need to be hiring on, like paying a ship to be able to come here. It's going to cost him money and stuff like that, so...
Correct. No. Yes.
Okay.
She knows.
All right. So, the next morning after the time pool, what are you guys thinking?
A curiosity question.
Mm-hmm.
If that person had Mind Cloak cast on him as he's having that conversation, would that terminate the communication, since it effectively prevents telepathy and a psionically null area or on that person?
Let me see. Is that a priest spell?
It is, but you would have to look that one up.
Right, I'm looking at it right now.
Here. Yeah. Oh, that was quick.
I mean, I was on memory read for you, so it's just a couple pages away.
Oh, you're looking in the thingy books.
Yeah. That is...
Because I'm wondering.
So, okay, so first of all, you don't actually know, like, Have you researched the spell?
Yeah, I have access to
you-
the spell.
okay.
I've researched it.
You've researched it. Okay. So you would know that if he's being contacted psionically, which is not magically, then yeah, that would very likely interrupt it if it operates the way that you believe it does. Like you're making some assumptions here, but if your assumptions are correct, yes, it would break off that mental contact.
We did get the Thought Sphere spell, so it's probably magical rather than psionic.
Dispel magic might be able to disrupt the magic.
If it works.
If it works, yes.
Well, Leo has plans for the next evening.
It was more of a case of making whoever's that person who's contacting suddenly get concerned because his communication's just suddenly been cut short.
Mm-hmm.
And that's unusual, and that he should know that that person doesn't have the means to do that. So I'm hoping that would make that person play his cards out by, having to physically check that person. Or at least that was the hope.
It's one option.
I mean, if a dispel magic might function the same way as that if it's successful.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Braxon.
I think Braxon's running out of things that he can do directly, but what he'll say to the people that can do spells and stuff is, should we start checking into the people that work for him to see if any of them are...
Well, that's a good point.
Are this person that's sending him messages? They might be physically close to him so that they can keep topping up some sort of spell effect on him.
Or they might send him back, send something to him through couriers.
They might do, yeah.
I think Finn's going to follow one of the urchins this time.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Solas is going to visit the Mage's Guild. And in the evening, he is going to most likely go and visit Faldoric's neighborhood again.
Okay.
I'm
what
struggling to remember.
Anyone else?
Sorry.
No, go ahead, Braxon.
Well, there was one other person that we could have got as a witness, which is a character witness, which was the person we rescued, the murder victim. The murder victim. No, we all hid in an alleyway, and there was a creature that was on the wall, and it was trying to murder someone, and we stopped them from being murdered, and they went home. And I think it was a gem dealer or something. I think they might have given us a reward, but I can't remember their name.
Yeah, I had a list of 3 gem merchants we saved, and we've been dealing with them. I think it's Valorous or something his name was.
Oh, have you been dealing with them when you were selling stuff?
No, we've used him a few times before I took the gem cutting proficiency. It was the same guy.
Yeah.
And he goes to Forgotten Realms every now and again, I think, to get gems. I had his name at one point.
I mean, if you can look up his name in your notes or something like that, then you can try to get in touch with him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got rid of the notes on that. That was a recent thing as well. Oh no. There we go. Ballas. Gem merchant. This guy. Types Emerald 20.
Alright, so Braxon, do you want to go talk to him?
Yeah, I'll go try find Ballas. Do you remember where he works? You don't have to tell me the exact details.
He works the gem shop. We've used him quite a few times before we...
Okay.
Yeah, I think I have
he
that
was our
written down.
He was our... Before I was cutting gems, we would sell our uncut gems to him. He would cut them, give us a cut.
Okay. Yeah, then I guess Braxton will try and find Ballas tomorrow and see if he'll be a character witness for us.
Or these
Pretty
days, since this is
yeah.
after the time pool in the morning.
And funny enough, he's another gem merchant. He
So
might have.
also, I mean, it could be, it could work in your favor or it could work against you. I mean, you know.
Or at least settling the score against him so he doesn't work against us, settling any dispute he might have.
Yeah. The Oh, right. Okay, so you would have gotten a note from the Elven Imperial Navy. Lorellis is available,
Oh, brilliant.
so you can call him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably want to talk to him or see him first.
Yeah.
So, you want to go speak to him after the gem merchant, Braxon?
Yeah. Yeah, whenever he's free.
All right.
I mean, I'll be resting after I get my spells in the Elven Forest somewhere. Considering I'm an elf, I'm allowed to do that.
Okay. Ockar, how about you?
About what I plan to do?
Yeah.
Honestly, I am not sure what I have left to really do right now. I need to think it over.
All right. I mean, you got a week, so.
Yeah.
You know what? You've got your ability to detect evil, so if you could hang around places, you might be able to
It'll work like that.
see if people around. Don't work like that. Okay.
It's detect evil intent. I have to be watching like specific individuals or an item.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wonder if someone could make you invisible and send you to observe someone that works for someone working for Bral or Foldwick, so you can see if they got bad intent or something. But if it doesn't work like that, then that's fine.
I mean, you can
well-
discuss it during the week and come
Yeah.
up with, see if you can come up with a way that it would work out. I mean,
Yeah.
it's certainly an interesting suggestion off the cuff right now. So
Yeah.
And you can always come with me if you can't think of anything better to do.
Yeah, I'll probably end up going with you, but we'll see what I come up with.
all right, how about you, Leva?
During the day, Leva is relatively free. She has no plans, but in the evening she wants to go with or alone to Falderic, and she will have cast True Seeing, and she will fly in the invisible and carry the rod from Mayo Baba.
Oh yeah, I didn't use that.
So, do you want to go with Solas because he also wanted to go to Falderic's neighborhood? You could go to the Mage's Guild and then Falderic's neighborhood, and then I mean, you can like separate and do your own thing once you get there, but you might have ideas at the Mage's Guild as well.
I have True Seeing as well, so we could coordinate something potentially.
Okay, and you,
Where will
Lafdul?
you be?
I don't know. Yeah,
You guys can discuss on during the week on how you want to meet up if that's something that you guys want to do too. Part of this is so that I have notes so that I can be like, all right, you were planning to do this. Is this still the case? You were planning to do this, that kind of thing.
Oh, I know what we were supposed to have done. Ah, dummy. I just forgot. It was the time pool thing. I think we got it slightly wrong. We were supposed to do the time pool when Thingy gets captured. To see the events.
Captured?
When he got
Thingy?
abducted. What's his
Ekith?
name's son?
Ekith?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, see the events as it happens.
I don't remember anyone talking about that.
No, we did, but
Yeah, I was the one that was what the intent behind the time pool was.
All right, that must have gone
Believe.
completely over my head because
I think it
had
did,
definitely
I
remembered
just-
you guys talking about the time pool too for the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
It's fine. It's gone now. But
Yeah.
we know about it.
Well,
so-
There's another
well,
day.
yeah, Finn can try that tomorrow. We were saying that we wouldn't, because I was asking if we needed to be in the room to do that, and Finn said he doesn't need to be in the room; he can do it from anywhere.
Well, no, didn't you offer to do that for Noberduk?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But we're trying to see whether that guy we were trying to see if that guy had someone with him
Yeah.
that might be spying on Noburak and acting as a secretary.
Right, and
I
you've
think I was
confirmed.
getting held up by two. I think there were two uses of time port evolving around.
Right,
that
no.
event.
What I'm confused about is like my understanding was that you wanted to use this time pool as you did just now,
Yeah,
and there was an
that was
offer to Noburak to use it in another time, if that would help him figure out who had kidnapped his son. That was my understanding.
Right. Sorry.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
But my understanding was that was an offer that he could take up at a later date. It wasn't like an immediate thing kind of thing.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Well,
since we have this own thing going on.
Then I would suggest after the trial, you could try doing the time portal for when his son got kidnapped.
Yeah, we can figure out how it happened, who the people were.
Yeah, we might see faces or something.
Or a conversation that led up to it, you know.
Yeah.
You didn't do so-and-so, or, you know, all this is because you didn't do that.
Yeah, all right, so if that's something that you guys want to do, just make a note of it for later kind of thing. So we can circle back to that.
Fair enough.
When you
I'm figuring
got the time.
I'm figuring Noburak might give us some money if we can find the people that kidnapped his son.
Here's a thought.
I mean, you would be, you know, if there's some people on Bral engaged in slavery, then you know you're going to be doing good things.
Yeah,
I think quite a few people would be interested in rewarding us if we could crack down on something like that on Bral.
Yeah, Lafdul, you were
Solas.
saying?
Yeah, it's good. What do you think? I mean, I'm taking true saying because I don't think you've got any spell components for that. What do you think about Dispel Evil? Because it automatically dispels an evil enchantment.
Yeah, I can potentially take that. That if
I
there's
don't know
evil...
what else you would have taken. Yeah, but I'm just putting the card on the table as it were for you.
I mean, you don't have to cast it if you want to take it if you've got the slots. And I'm perfectly fine saying that this conversation happened before you memorize spells.
Question about Dispel Evil. Since it requires the use of holy water, does that mean that I have to sprinkle the holy water on whatever I'm dispelling?
Let me take
just to activate the spell.
Range is touch.
Yeah.
So you have to touch them.
Yeah, I would have to be in their room.
I mean, it's still something to consider. Like, it may still come up,
considering.
But keep in mind that you do have to touch them.
Yeah.
And no, you do not have to sprinkle the holy water because that is used up in the casting, and you've got 1 round per level before you need to touch before it expires.
Okay.
So you cast it, and then any time before the duration expires, then you can touch the object and initiate the spell.
Would that touching? Could I do that in another form after I've cast the spell?
What do you mean?
For example,
polymorph?
if I'm there to polymorph.
No, you have to do it as yourself because it is not just a casual touch.
Yeah.
And it does say, in addition to driving away evil, extraplanar, and summoned creatures, the spell counters evil enchantment charm spells and all forms of magical domination and possession. So if he's under one of those...
Yeah. That's why I thought it was a good spell.
It is a good spell. Nice choice.
All right, so Lafdul, before we wrap up, what were you thinking of doing other than rest? Rest and then just meet up with other people?
For the most part, yeah. Potentially interrupting a conversation or listening in on a conversation as it happens with the person who's psionically communicating with him, maybe with a mind read or something.
Okay.
Potentially snooping around with Detect Charm around, and Detect Magic with his employees or urchins, etc. See if anything funny's going on with them.
Okay. All right. So I've got notes. Yes.
I will, if you are planning on being doing that long term and detecting things, I could loan to you my rod, since it has the powers of detect magic and such.
What rod?
The one that I got recently, what was it called? Just a moment.
One that detects invisibility and stuff, or does it
Yeah.
do magic?
Yeah, it does. Just a moment.
I thought it was Finger of Alertness, wasn't it?
It can use detection abilities of alignment, evil, good, illusion, invisibility, lies, and magic.
Oh, that's incredible.
And yeah.
Is it uses per day or is it charges or what?
I'm not sure if those minor uses do consume charges. I don't think so.
Status
I
illusion's pretty good.
I think the bigger powers require charges.
Yeah, that's
But
definitely something to be done.
I could loan that
Is it wizard
to you.
or priest?
It's a rod of alertness. It basically looks like a fanged mace.
Yeah, is it a wizard thing or a priest? I assume it's a priest thing based on it being a mace looking thing.
Yeah.
I can double check that.
Because me or Lava could be doing, because I think we're doing similar things. That's all I was trying to extend.
But yeah, if you are basically going to detect things around Folderic today while following him, you could use that.
Discuss it and have a decision by next weekend. If you want if you want to make sure that priests can use it, I'll look that up. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So XP wise, that is going to be. I'm sorry.
No, sorry. I'm just excited for the XP.
All right. 500 experience for Braxon, Ockar, and Leva. 750 for Finn, Solas, and Lafdul, and an extra 250 for Lafdul's thief.
750.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse the excited noises. I'm like, XP! XP!
Settle down. Settle down.
Yeah.
You'll get your XP.
It's fun. So my priest gets 375 and my thief gets 687.5.
I'm just sad that Braxon can't use his carpentry skills to help us.
I mean, you're talking. Lafdul was talking about needing ways in and out of this guy's house. Maybe. All right.
Well, and unless this guy's being charmed by a cursed cupboard.
I mean, to a certain extent, it's always just about how you can think of oh, hey, can I use my tools to do this kind of thing? Just need to think of the ways to use them. That's how it is with all of the proficiencies.
Braxon does have a lockpick, but it's not quite as delicate as Lafdul's one.
No, it's a little bit less delicate.
It's also a lot noisier.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that's one of the reasons why I've used poetry to spread the stories of our adventures, since that form helps basically it be more entertaining and possibly stick to their memories better.
Yeah, unfortunately, Braxon's not too good at singing songs.
All right, but that is going to wrap us up for this session. When we come back next time, we will see where the party goes. See if they can track down what is going on. So I want to thank everyone out there for watching. I want to thank you guys for playing, and we will be back next week. See you then, everyone.
Thanks for the game.
See ya.
Thanks for the game, everyone. Take care.
See ya.